Wow, peace and blessings of the Most High, the balance, omniverses, multiverses, triverses, dual verses, and universes be upon you all. An ear shot, eye shot of the God. It's your friendly neighborhood, Pharaoh Riser, Chef C. Dwan with Tefar Moon, and welcome to another episode of Revision Radio, where we seek, analyze, and break down right knowledge, right wisdom, right understanding, right thinking, right reasoning, and right action from the third eye point of view. Bang. Rabbi Muisa, Assalamu alaikum, magic, peace and blessings to the people who in the house. Listen now, we on deck, about to start off with our 9 o'clock chant. We're gonna wait a couple of minutes for some more people to get in here. So, you know, we rounded it up where we are on the seventh day of our ritual. You know, so we here, family. Y'all come on in now. Y'all come on in. What's that dragon fruit? Coconut dragon fruit. The coconut flakes are trying to get me to cheat my fast and start chewing and stuff. Yeah, I was on my EPMD stuff, but then I was on my, you know what I'm saying? I was on my guard. I was like, well, I don't want to make a decision. And I'm a Gemini, so one half of me wore my EPMD, the other half went compromised. How y'all doing out there? Raul Bat, Ninth Power. Raul Bat, Ronald Newton. What's going on, family? Listen, I just want to let everybody know we really, really, really appreciate y'all. That our shook is real, you know. Just know, like how the master say, you know, we gotta learn to care. And one thing we, you know, we're very, sometimes we isolated, you know, because we be trying to stay sucker free in the world of sucker MCs, and it's hard. You know, it's hard because, you know, the sucker MCs got like their own way of life. It's called supreme foolishness. You know, Raul Bat, Miss Infinity 9. Raul Bat, Muisa. How you doing? Oh, yeah. That's where it's at. You know, that's where it's at. We here. So we getting ready. I'm going to bring up I'm going to share the screen when we get some more people in so we could get the chant going. Well, I mean, you want to set it off now? Okay. So anybody else could, you know, to join in whenever they join in. We're going to set up the 9 p.m. chant, and then we're going to do some readings. I have some Pabalog messages. I have some other readings I want to share with the people. And we have, of course, we have our Paa Taraq reading for the day. So it's our 18th reading. Whoa. All right, so let me share the screen. Let me see what's what, and we're going to get it going. Get it going. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. Okay, so those that, you know, you see the screen, this is the chant. For anybody that's flying through, this here is our language, Mispatia or Sabaic. Okay, we have other dialects of Sabaic. We have Muskogig, we have Yamasic, we have a bunch of Nuwapic. But this Sabaic right here, you can find it written in Yemen and in ancient Ethiopia, things of that nature. So, you know, we have a book called The Language of Time where we explain and show you, you know, it's one of our language. We have to have our own language. We have to go back to our original tones to break the tones and break the code over whatever foreign or other deities or spiritual energies that have taken control and have controlled our minds and locked our hearts for the last 6,000 years. So this is one of the, this language and these chants are one of the ways that we free ourselves from mental, spiritual, soulful, you know, economic bondage. All right. So I know that the Colegio F. Paut, you don't see that because that's not there. And it says we are all in all. Okay. And then we're going to start it off. Paa Taraq Yud. My wife is here. She's going to aid and assist me, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay. And when we do the Nathar, are we going to split it or do it this, how you do it?
We can split it.
Okay. She went her own space. She just said she wanted 50-50 split. All right. Y'all ready? Let me get my deep breath on. Okay. Paa Taraq Yud. Anuki Jawef Pa Ashukim Pa Paut. Wu Kale Ashuk Kawun Jawef Niya. Anuki kasamunim papaut. Wu papaut kawun kasamunim neya. Anuki wahu ame papaut. Wu papaut kawun wahu ame neya. Nakuk kado naju ame kasamunim papaut. Wu habub ame mushkasun. Nakuk kado kawan kale pafef nakuk tayo jawef papaut. Ame wase ame dayorni kawun lake bakoe jawef papaut. Anuki ya bebi nafashni. Papaut kawun anuki. Papaut kador nakuk kador. Papaut amul nakuk amul. Lahehum menenun. Am tumate korehum. Am tumate korekum. Am tumate korenum. Am tumate jawef neya. Am tumate neya uanuki hum. Yaye ashukraye. Asmujayenu. Yaye nataru afuknum. Anunate mukradukum. Yaye nataru afuknum. Afuknun afuknun. Yaye natarunun. Anun. Atun. Atun. Amun. Excuse me. Yaye hu yaye nataru. Yaye saye yaye nataru. Yaye hika yaye nataru. Amkumate pa mufaku. Yaye hu yaye nataru. Amkumate pa mufaku. Wuanunate mukradukum. Wuem kumate muisanun. Yaye hu yaye nataru. Aro muklas nuna tumraye. Yaye hu yaye nataru. Yaye mugdamu afuznun. Amkum mane yake la duda muslafunun. Wu muisarunun. Mane yake sawura paba. Mane yake kawuna kau. Mane yake athe achak. Mane yake kawuna basharu damam. Yaye nataru mugdamu nun. Aro mufdanun. Anhu kawun manza mane pa nataru. Aro enhu. Anhu kawun baba yananan. Aro enhu. Anhu kawun atumraye. Aro enhu. Anhu kawun haror. Yaye nataru muslafunun. Yaye nataru muslafunun. Afuznun mane pa mujwadu. Afuznun mane gahalan. Yaye nataru afuznun. Mane sayor kayora. Afuznun afuzneya. Afuznun afuzneya. Yaye nataru nun. Nakuk talub tamoy bi pa nataru. Mane pa lain lawi tananu. Kaleira na matni ate lahe pa nataru. Wu kale na mazoradni ate lahe kayariatun lahe pa nataru. Ready?
Yeah.
Panan misfakawun. Pasawabu pa Taraq. Zikawuna na zola lahe ankun. Mane maspat wu masa. Ame hadianun wuda maun. Mane muslafukun. Wunataru. Arjulaye nafashukun. Afukshane kawunkun. Pasawabu pa Taraq. Pahadian wu padamal. Anun tawam kun. Lahe panandamal wu shafe. Anun tawam kun. Lahe tim. Na soy nun. Anun tawam kun. Lahe ashukuma. and kumate muslafunu, anunate mukradukum, anun talum nasarakuma, anun talum nasarakuma, and sonum kahen nataru, and sonum muslafunu, anunate musbatu, anun, atum, atum, amun. Anuna te kaleja wef paut, nataru nun, yaye muftaru, yaye nataru. Got it, Mom? Repeat. Okay. Yaye atumra ye yaye natar.
Yaye atumra yaye natar.
Yaye nun yaye natar.
Yaye nun yaye natar.
Yaye nun tat yaye natar tat.
Yaye nun tat yaye natar tat.
Yaye ha yaye natar.
Yaye ha yaye natar.
Yaye ha tat yaye natar tat.
Yaye ha tat yaye natar tat.
Yaye kak yaye natar.
Yaye kak yaye natar.
Yaye kak tat yaye natar tat.
Yaye kak tat yaye natar tat.
Yaye amun yaye natar.
Yaye amun yaye natar.
Yaye amun tat yaye natar tat.
Yaye amun tat yaye natar tat.
Yaye atum yaye natar.
Yaye atum yaye natar.
Yaye shashash yaye natar.
Yaye shashash yaye natar.
Yaye tafaf natat yaye natar tat.
Yaye tafaf natat yaye natar tat.
Yaye sabab yaye natar.
Yaye sabab yaye natar.
Yaye natat yaye natar tat.
Yaye natat yaye natar tat.
Yaye orash tat yaye natar tat.
Yaye arosh tat yaye natar tat.
Yaye asa yaye natar.
Yaye asa yaye natar.
Yaye nabab tat hatat yaye natar tat.
Yaye nabab tat hatat yaye natar tat.
Yaye satak yaye natar.
Yaye satak yaye natar.
Yaye hara yaye natar.
Yaye hara yaye natar.
Yaye haptwi yaye natar.
Yaye haptwi yaye natar.
Yaye anak tat yaye natar tat.
Yaye anak tat yaye natar tat.
Yaye aha haratwi yaye natar.
Yaye aha haratwi yaye natar.
Yaye nafartum yaye natar.
Yaye nafartum yaye natar.
Yaye mantu yaye natar.
Yaye mantu yaye natar.
Yaye bapti yaye natar.
Yaye bapti yaye natar.
Yaye sakam tat yaye natar tat.
Yaye sakam tat yaye natar tat.
Yaye hatat harat tat yaye natar tat.
Yaye hatat haratat yaye natar tat.
Yaye ba ibis yaye natar.
Yaye ba ibis yaye natar.
Yaye pata yaye natar.
Yaye pata yaye natar.
Yaye basas tat yaye natar tat.
Yaye basas tat yaye natar tat.
Yaye imhatap yaye natar.
Yaye imhatap yaye natar.
Yaye hu yaye natar.
Yaye hu yaye natar.
Yaye matat yaye natar tat.
Yaye matat yaye natar tat.
Yaye mahat yaye natar tat.
Yaye mahat yaye natar tat.
Yaye kafafraye yaye natar.
Yaye kafafraye yaye natar.
Yaye maskanant yaye natar tat.
Yaye maskanant yaye natar tat.
Yaye raye tat yaye natar tat.
Yaye raye tat yaye natar tat.
Yaye kantamentiyu yaye natar.
Yaye kantimantiu yaye natar.
Yaye hika'a yaye natar tat.
Yaye hika a yaye natar tat.
Yaye natat tat yaye natar tat.
Yaye natar tat yaye natar tat.
Yaye ma'at yaye natar tat.
Yaye ma'at yaye natar tat.
Yaye ranan tat yaye natar tat.
Yaye ranan tat yaye natar tat.
Yaye shai yaye natar tat.
Yaye shai yaye natar tat.
Yaye sashad yaye natar tat.
Yaye shashat yaye natar tat.
Yaye maftat yaye natar tat.
Yaye Maftat Yaye Nathatat.
Yaye Sabak Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Sabak Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Anap Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Anap Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Hanum Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Hanum Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Khanash Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Khanas Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Patanun Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Patanun Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Saye Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Saye Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Haktat Yaye Nathar Tat.
Yaye Haktat Yaye Nathatat.
Yaye Amas Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Amas Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Sarap Twi Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Saraptwi Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Atun Raye Yaye Nathar Tat.
Yaye Atun Raye Yaye Nathatat.
Yaye Jahutwi Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Jahutwi Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Patawarat Yaye Nathar Tat.
Yaye Patawarat Yaye Nathatat.
Yaye Sakat Tat Yaye Nathar Tat.
Yaye Sakartat Yaye Nathatat.
Yaye Ha Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Ha Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Nahebka Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Nahapka Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Sakar Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Sakar Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Ba'a Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Ba'a Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Akar Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Akar Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Imharatat Yaye Nathar Tat.
Yaye Emharatat Yaye Nathatat.
Yaye Wapawatat Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Wapawatat Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Sokat Hatap Tat Yaye Nathar Tat.
Yaye Sakat Hataptat Yaye Nathatat.
Yaye Maritat Sakartat Yaye Nathar Tat.
Yaye Maritat Sakartat Yaye Nathatat.
Yaye Sayetat Yaye Nathar Tat.
Yaye Sayetat Yaye Nathatat.
Yaye Goratat Yaye Nathar Tat.
Yaye Karatat Yaye Nathatat.
Yaye Asatanu Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Asantanu Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Bahatat Yaye Nathar Tat.
Yaye Bahatat Yaye Nathatat.
Yaye Khanam Tat Yaye Nathar Tat.
Yaye Kanamtat Yaye Nathatat.
Yaye Manak Tat Yaye Nathar Tat.
Yaye Manaktat Yaye Nathatat.
Yaye Khamam Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Kamam Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Mahatwi Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Mahatwi Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Kabasananafaf Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Kabasananafaf Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Da'amatarafaf Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Da'amatarafaf Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Maritat Yaye Nathar Tat.
Yaye Maritat Yaye Nathatat.
Yaye Nasat Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Nasat Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Imjadat Tat Yaye Nathar Tat.
Yaye Amjadatat Yaye Nathatat.
Yaye Nakakpatat Yaye Nathar Tat.
Yaye Nagakpatat Yaye Nathatat.
Yaye Sakatat Yaye Nathar Tat.
Yaye Sakatat Yaye Nathatat.
Yaye Anaktat Yaye Nathar Tat.
Yaye Anaktat Yaye Nathatat.
Yaye Jadad Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Jadad Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Tum Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Tum Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Wahu Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Wahu Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Yasas Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Asas Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Anak Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Anak Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Afaf Nuit Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Apafnuit Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Satat Yaye Nathar Tat.
Yaye Satat Yaye Nathatat.
Yaye Sakatwi Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Sakatwi Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Immaat Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Emmaat Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Nana Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Nana Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Imnuit Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Emnuit Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Imsataktwi Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Sakatwi Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Mugdal Tat Yaye Nathar Tat.
Yaye Mugautat Yaye Nathatat.
Yaye Rahashafaf Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Rahashafaf Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Moratwi Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Maratwi Yaye Nathar.
Yaye Amunraye Yaye Nathar.
Ya ye amun wa ye ya ye natar.
Hu Anunate Kaleja Wef Paut. See the we got something else to add on to that, which is the triad, the symbol of the triad. You ready, Mama? Okay.
Bi paranenem pa ya babasar. Woo.
Pa batal matat arashtat. Woo. Pa tawuba sanan harar. Hamun. I don't know. Do I have that in the I don't know if I have that in my drive. I don't think I have it in my drive. Woo! Come on, son. Y'all felt that, God.
Rahubat Muisar, thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the care. Thank you for all the ashuk. I'm home. I'm healing. I
Yeah.
appreciate you all. I appreciate my tribe. I appreciate my family. And me and Pharaoh over the years, we've plenty of times we've given to people who have called, or we do the prison correspondence. A lot of times we're taking care of brothers and sisters that are incarcerated, or just brothers and sisters that are, trying to make it through a tough time. And the idea is doing it out of a shook and not necessarily looking for anything returned. Just the idea of showing that they are loved and that they are cared for and what it feels like to be supported. So when someone else comes to them and they might be in a difficult place, they'll think about that and pay it forward. So we appreciate all the tribe that has lifted their hands and lifted their hearts to be a part of our current situation and helping to make it a little bit easier on us.
That's a fact. Yeah, that's definitely a fact. Oh, a piece of blessings. Listen, Raul Bat, again, Takai, Raul Bat, beloved Silos, Raul Bat, Sean Smalls. I wanted before we because some of the brothers and sisters, they're gonna go back to, they're going back to the other meeting. I want to read this. Eventually I'm gonna put it up on the sacred space, and I'm gonna show it also when I download it to my drive. This is a brother shared this. This is called Personal Affirmation for Ascension, and it's a phenomenal read. So I'm going to share it with you. I mean, you can alter things, for your own personal. No, this is not. That's not that. That's the Where's the thing at? That's not that. I'm looking for this other thing. Here you go. I'm in the welcome. No, that's not it either. Damn, I gotta get. Where is it at? I might just be on damn Facebook. Let me see. I be going through all this stuff. Be like, hold up, man, where is the thing at? I might have just saved it on damn Facebook, but I just read it the other day. So, and it was like, oh my goodness, I really enjoyed the message of it, and so I was like, yeah, I want to share this with the people. Let me see if I put it in here somewhere. Okay, here we go. This is what it is. This is the it's prayer for Muspatu, right? The prayer takes about 1 minute. Pray sincerely, and then those you send it to, pray for you. So when we get it and it circulate, what we want to do is we want to circulate it and send it out. Like that's what we want to post it up on the Sacred Space Facebook page. It's that dragon fruit sea moss, dragon fruit coconut sea moss, pumpkin. That's really pumpkin sea moss, right? Yep. Mm-hmm. All right, so it's like a little affirmation / supplication. So it says, all right, when you are down to nothing, Yaye Nataru is up to something. Yaye Salafu, by way of Panataru, bless me even while I'm reading this prayer, and bless the ones that sent this to me in a special way. Open supernatural doors in our lives today. Save and make free our Savior Pandabab Yananin. Give us a double portion of your power as we take back everything that the wicked ones have stolen. Our emotional health, physical health, finances, relationships, children, jobs, homes, marriages. I cancel every plot and plan and scheme the enemy has devised against us in the matchless name of our Natharu Salafunun, our overseers and ancestors. And I declare no weapon formed against us will prosper. I speak life into every dead situation, and I thank you that nothing is over until you say it's over. I speak prophetically into our lives and to our situations. Our households are blessed. Our health is blessed. Our marriages are blessed. Our finances are blessed. Our businesses are blessed. Our jobs are blessed. Our children are blessed. Our grandchildren are blessed. Our parents are blessed. Our siblings are blessed. Our ministries are blessed, and our decisions are blessed. Husbands, mates are on the way. Wives and mates, consorts are on the way. Mortgages are paid and debts canceled. Our heart's desires are on the way according to your perfect will and plan of our lives by way of Panataru, Salafunun, our overseers and ancestors, Anun, Atum, Atun, Amun. So we pray this prayer, and then send it out to everybody within hours. Says countless people will have prayed for you. So it's a way to spread, and that's contagious energy. That's one of the things that we look to do on, in this, I'm gonna say, from this foxhole, right? this space station, this away station for the transmission of the omniverse, into the universe, is to spread the positive energy to create elevation. That's peace. That's the acronym. Positive energy always creates elevation. So we want to constantly spread that, and it's easy to do the negative thing. That's easy. We can always do that, guys. We can always. Yeah, I'm on my native son stuff. We can always negative is it ain't nothing to be like boom, and get into savage mode because we've been pre-programmed, pre-encoded with that, dealing with under the guidance and control of a savage. So we got to get into God mode. We got to tap into that so-called junk DNA where that heavenly mix is at and bring that to the surface. So this is one of those things to help. Again, I'm going to put it on the Sacred Space Facebook page, and anybody and again, I want everybody, you have anything for the Sacred Space, share it on the Sacred Space Facebook group, and we appreciate it. It's for everybody to build on spiritual matters, because we have to take care of our souls, we have to take care of our spirits, and that will take care of our physical.
I want to read a post.
So the goddess wants to read a post.
Okay. So this is a post from Facebook on the winter-summer 9-day fast solstice for Sabaeans. And this post is from our sister Zamaltat Yakima Ya, also known as Mafdet. I'm going to read the whole post because there's a lot of beneficial information in here. Okay, so Rahubat, my loving sister Mafdet, I'm reading your post, okay? Rahubat Muisar, greetings family. Below is info of what to do for the spiritual part of the fast. Remember, it is more than just abstaining from food. It is about purification of mind, body, and spirit. Spiritual practice will most certainly enhance your experience. Again, do the fast to the best of your ability. No judgment. We do this twice a year, and each time is an opportunity to do better and better. Everyone in this group are on different levels of experience in fasting, and some are joining us for the very first time. Let us support each other. Ashok, divine love. Guidance through the 9-day fast. Light 4 incense sticks together once per day for 9 days. They could be any incense sticks. If you have AEO or Sabaean incense such as Tamaray, that's best. If not, that's okay. Choose something similar to the nature, such as frankincense, sage, Egyptian musk, African musk, or other talisman incense. This is a liquid fast, which means you can drink water throughout. You can also drink herbal, warm, or cold teas to help clean the system. No sex during the 9 days because you are offering your fast as a clean and pure offering to Paa Taraq. As you already know, alcohol opens undesired doorways, especially when doing spiritual work. It will be wise to avoid it during the 9-day fast. Chanting. As normal, do the chants at the times given to us, 9393. Here is the Om chant to do in addition to our daily chants. Om 9 times. Om Yanun 19 times. Om 1 time. Om Mamun 19 times. Hu He 1 time. Prayers and visualization. After all chants, you will feel a powerful charge within your being and all around you. You are heightened and your lights are seen by the overseers. This is when you make direct communication to them in the form of prayers and requests. The prayers we focus on are asking Paa Taraq to open the doors to Paa Yanun's freedom. Also visualize this happening in your mind's eye. During this process, with your eyes closed, you will begin to see lights flashing within your eyes. If you don't, do not worry. If you are not aware, those lights and flashes are the overseers and your own Salafu ancestors coming to you. This is also where your aura makes a reverse particle pulsation spin, aka opening up your eternal spiritual centers. It would also be wise to ask your Salafu to help you in whatever you want. Ask them to remove any spiritual blocks in your life and family life and clear the way for you. If you can call them by name, then do so. Other Yasar who have done this during the first 9-day fasting have experienced spiritual elevation, expansion of consciousness, inner peace, and success happening in their personal life. Lastly, during this process, you will see more hidden truths revealed. This is part of the cleansing process. Those who have been hiding a lot of shadiness will begin to experience a shift in their being. It would be like the sun coming closer to the planet and boiling the liquid in their bodies. Whatever was put into their system during the winter season will now evaporate as gases and escape their grasp of concealment, which reveals everything. Do not worry. Just observe them from a distance and send them healing. We have more overseers and Salafu on the etheric realm helping in the fight than those of us alive in this realm. This means they never tire in fighting for Paa Yanun's freedom and our freedom from the bondage of this lowly abode of people, places, and things. The chants and prayers are tools to assist in raising your vibration, where you will meet and greet the overseers and your Salafu ancestors. This fasting period is a means to concentrate all your energies to cultivate the best outcome for your life, your personal family life, your SAR life, and to remove anything or anyone negative who is causing you delays in your personal advancement. You do not have to participate if you do not want to. It's a free will gesture and offering to Paa Taraq. If you do, then please do not judge anyone else as being real or fake if they choose not to participate, as this process is actually an internal process and it is all about you. I shook my son.
Yeah, that was powerful. You ain't send that to me, Mama. I ain't get that share. She stashed that.
It's in the group.
You ain't share it with me, Mama. You ain't tag me.
I can't share it.
You ain't. You could copy it. You could have screenshot it. I ain't get none of that. She held that. She was like, "Yeah, he ain't see this. I'm about to bang him in the head with this one." Ooh, that was nice. Okay. See, just like that.
He be pulling out all the bangers. I have stuff sometimes too.
Here we go. The truth coming. Here it come. Yeah, that was nice. We're gonna try to get that in writing. That was really nice.
Yeah, Mafdet, she is the person who started the winter summer solstice 9-day purification ritual fast on Facebook. It is a private group, so just apply to
apply
join,
and you get in.
and you can see what a lot of the other brothers and sisters are doing as far as what they're drinking, what herbs they're taking, and just another route of support through the fast. And again, the spiritual aspect of the purification ritual, because it is a ritual, is just as important as the actual cleansing of the blood by staining from eating meats, eating dairy. We talked about carbonic acid, uric acid, and lactic acid. Carbonic acid comes from carbs. Uric acid comes from meat. Lactic acid comes from milk products.
That's right.
So like your milks and your cheeses and stuff like that. So that's already a win
So those are the things right there.
From then. So that's why a lot of our liquids, our nutritional liquids, will just be fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, carbonic acid, lactic acid, and uric acid. Yeah. So those, yeah, that's it right there. That's the win-win. Wake me up before you go. And yes, too.
Also, sisters, if you find yourself on your moon cycle, your menstruation, please don't push yourself to fast if you can't. If you're on your menstruation, if you're pregnant, please be aware of yourself and make your decision whether or not you want to participate in the purification ritual. During that time, we need more nutrients. We don't need anybody feeling weak, and we don't need anybody pushing themselves if their body is not in alignment to do it.
So, we about to retranslate this. This is, anybody who know, they know this. Right here. Yeah, y'all remember this? Bang, bang, bang. Yeah, yeah. It's that time. It's that time again, y'all. So I ain't gonna do it right here. I know the extremists is looking. Oh, he up there. He's saying the thing for the thing from back in the day for the thing. You know how they be. But I'm just advising your brothers and sisters to get on it, to get out there and chant. Remember what was it back in the days? Int at the El Hadui, int at the El Hak, he naksul Nutadui Ilahu. Oh, we upgrading all that. We in the zone over here, Could they do Ankh? We on it. Yeah. That was it. Oh, yeah. You know what? I was on it. That was one of them. Woo! We upgrading. Y'all ready? Ascension Protocol. That's what we on, y'all. That's what we on. Our Paa Taraq for the day is going to be. Our Paa Taraq for the day is actually racial deception. Racial deception is the Paa Taraq reading for the day, for the evening, dear family. And after that, I'm going to this intro in Pa Balag that deals with the 9 gates when we leave in the planet, that the masters explain how it's like a maze. The 9 gates. You see the earth in the center? Oh yeah. Yeah, I got we working. I got y'all. We working. And I ain't forget we're gonna do the but I know I started off different because I wanted to get the chanting at 9. Long couple of days, family. Probably gonna be a longer week, but in the midst of the obstacles, there's always blessings, and we appreciate all the blessings, the love, the sincerity. Mama, what happened to that Mukaso lady with the t-shirts? She ain't never.
That spaceship took off.
Yeah, family. Okay, so y'all ready? Y'all rolling with me? Okay, cool. Boom. Sound like with magic to the family that's on deck. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. To all my kufi wearing beloved brothers and sisters. Islam to the brothers with the tall bushes. You know what I'm saying? And shalom lakum. Rahubat muisa. We on. Yeah. Peace, God. We there. Huh? Rahubat muisa. That's what. No, that's the last one that's there right now. I'm telling you, that's what I see, babe.
We're telling people to send their mailing address to the email if they need a donation for my well-being. So
you can put that up there?
I put it in the comments, but
regular comments or the live comment? Okay,
live comments. Sorry, live comments.
I told you I don't see it.
Okay, but you can tell them send me mailing address to the email.
A lot of them we have.
Okay.
All right, and I want to say this. Here, I'm gonna give y'all my email. The email. Did you give the email?
I did.
Which one? Natural Nature. Okay. Well, I don't see. Nefera said that she just shared something with the family. I don't see it over here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give the email out. And what I'm doing is any and everybody, Rahul Bat family, any and everybody that show, that donated to help us out, I want you to please send your contact information, address, mailing address, PO box, anything, whatever the case may be, to pharaohrise@gmail.com. And so, periodically, not to look, I'm gonna say it is not to pay you back, because I'm not taking nobody's blessings from them. But for us now, when we in a different position, to be able to bless you like you blessed us. You understand? So please give us your information so we'll be able to, send you the love. And not just that, and I'm not, and everybody really can, but everybody can really put their information on and send their information here, because periodically, we send promotional, we send gifts, exclusive stuff to brothers and sisters that are long-term customers, brothers and sisters that we've been exchanging love, energy. I shook, and we just for the sake of we breathing, the masters has said, he says, when Ashuk is absent from amongst us, that death fills the void. We don't want that. We want Ashuk. We want to, we have to learn to care. We have to constantly give and care and show that by what we willing to give to other people without anything coming back. So whatever do come, that's a blessing, but that wasn't the intention. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, so sending your information, your mailing address and thing. Definitely everybody that helped us, when we was going through this, I guess you would call it a brief fundraiser after the accident. We had to make some moves where bread was tied up with PayPal, sucker MCs. I actually was making a shirt called F PayPal, big glitter letters and the whole nine, like bong, but I was like, you know what? That's a waste of material. I need that for one of them fire fly shirts. So all right, let's get it going with this racial deception situation. Salal yal takshash paa taraq, the way. Racial deception, the way. Each one of these paa taraqs are chapters in our of a scripture, one of our own scriptures. Okay, what is a salal? A group characterized by one genetic trait unique to one specific group of people. The very first race on this Kawaktaha, planet Earth, have been found to be Nagaru, Negroids. That is a fact, confirmed in Hakaktal Hakakat, Hakaktal Hakak. Actual facts or factual facts. How many Salalu races are there these days? There will always be only 3 originals or root races. However, one of them is on their way to extinction. One of these kids just don't belong here. Remember that song, Sesame Street? Which is why they have to mix in every few hundred years, because they naturally have recessive genes. When it is time for a race of people to go, it is time for them to go. The very first from whom the other 2 were Ladud born is the Nagaru Salal, the Negroid race. Some traits of this race are thick skin, full lips, melanin-rich skin, a full heel at the back of the foot, a curved jawbone, and large eyes. There are 9 species or different types of Paa Nagaru Salal, the Negroid race. Secondly is the Magalu Salal, the Mongoloid race, of which there are 3 variations to their race: Japanese, Chinese, and Korean. The root race of the Magalu Mongoloid also have a unique trait, that is their upper eyelids, which is called the epicanthic fold. The other 2 root races have the top eyelid of the original Magalu Mongoloids. They also have fur, originally the only one with hollow strands. Each strand of hair is hollow, So also like spikes, porcupines. They also have other traits, shallow teeth, very hard or brittle bones, making them prone to arthritis, a certain tint to their bashar skin. The last race is the Caucasus Salao, Caucasoid race. There are 6 species or types to Paa Caucasus Salao, the Caucasoid race: Irish, Gaelic, Scottish, Polish, Finnish, and Welsh. They also have other traits such as long torsos, aquiline features, melanin recessive skin, ankles that merge into the heel without a curve, low brows, and square jawbones. These 6 species are also called the 6 kings, or think about the Roman numeral 6, V, the I, and kings, the 6 kings, 6 kins, or the Vikings. Bang, bang, right? That's the Irish, the Gaelic, the Scottish, the Polish, the Finnish, and the Welsh. So what about the Dravadu Indians, who have 7 species to their race? They are a subrace. They are subraces or aboriginal that is only original in habitation of a place on Earth or in a country. So they're not an original genetic pool, but they're an original of a specific geographical area, habitation of a place. There are many subraces, many aboriginal or aborigines, as is abnormal, irregular, not usual, exceptional of the originals. As you also have Asiatics. What does it mean? A person of Asia or an Asian. Is there an Asiatic Negroid or black man? Yes, those who are Nagaru Negroids who migrated from Affirmations, Africa today, eastward. For Asia or Asia, come on, don't act like that, merely means easterly, eastern, speaking of a person, it's an Easterner. Does that really make them Asiatic black men? If you look at it, that is what he is, not who. No matter where you live on this Kawak planet, Taha, nor how long you will always be who you are. Afafreye Ka'au, Africans, Nagaru, Negroids, or from Africa. It's Salal Taksha, race deception, to think you are other than who you are because of who you have become, because of location. Meaning, if you had fruit from Thailand and brought it to America and planted it here to grow, would it change what it is just because you transplanted it here? No, it will still be a Thai fruit. With these traits, you have a variety of people from all races that share a combination of these features. You have seen tall and short Nagaru, Negroids, that is within the 9 species. Some are 4 feet like the Pygmies or little people of Africa and South America. Some are tall like the Watusi tribe. You have Magalu Mongoloids who are tall and very short with round, who are tall. And then you have some that are very short with round eyes, and some with dark skin or light skin and even freckles. With the Caucasus, the Caucasian, you have melanin recessive skin, making them prone to skin cancer. You have green, blue, or colorless eyes, while the other races have dark brown. As to mixing your natat, your seed, and becoming lighter skinned or multi-hued, it does not matter because Panatharu, the overseers, gave each of the 3 root races traits unique to each other. As to the Nagaru Salao, Negroid race, your trait, and only yours, is your Wabar. Very important. These are the racial identifiers. Very important. Negroid trait is the Wabar, the hair. They have fur, whether dead flank fur or straight or even curly or hollow, yet not like lamb's wool. They have goat-like fur, as most other animals, which is a sign of who is, in fact, the root race with the strongest Yachasat genes, even after much seed mixing. For Muspatu, you see the wabar here of a Nagaro Negroid may twice become like fur when a newborn, a Mawas baby, is ladud, born, because her or his genes are weak. And as he or she grows older and stronger, her and his fur transform into here, nappy, kinky, kingly, and woolly as Nagaru and Negroids have. And when in old age, Nagaru Wabar, Negroid here, transforms again to become thin, flat, straight, or curly. Why? Because as one ages, their genes become weak again. So their Wabar here can become like fur. Yet DNA testing can still reveal the race of its owner, such as they hear from the mummies of ancient Makmak, Egypt, appearing flank or straight after mummification, yet not fur, still here. So Wabar here is the unique trait of the root race, and the very texture of her or his here is the proof that she or he has the strongest genes. And the Kakasu, the Salao Caucasoid race, root race, also has a unique trait. It's the Lawan color of the iris of the Ayantwi, the color of the Mukasu's eyes. Is lighter than other eyes of the other two root races, which is Labin, white, Ramid, gray, Zarik, blue, and Khadir, green, and other combinations of these. So each root race has their own unique racial trait of identification, their own identity. The Nagaru Negroid's unique is here. The Magalu Mongoloid's unique is eyelids, and the Kakasu unique is the eye color. Now, I want to make this clear because what the master has done right here is separated the concept that every group of melaninite beings on the planet are Nagaru. That's what he's done. So if the being lacks that non-ether kink, you heard what I said. Because that's the qualification of the Nagaru, not the color. That's why you always be like, yo, when we talk about the high yellow, what's his name? High yellow niggas like Terrence Howard. We talk about them. We talk about the Drakes, the niggas like that. When we talk about them, dark skin lights. You know how we going back when Menudo was running everything, and the barge, the beat in the rhythm of the night, dancing to the morning light, and all the sisters was chasing all them hybrids. Brothers had to go get Jerry curls, and then that was expensive. We had to get S curls, and then when the whole kit was too expensive, we just got the pink lotion and the blue activator. You know what I'm saying? Don't act like that. Anyway, so we was always beefing and competing, but the reality is, it's the hair that made you Nagar, not the melanin. So when we see they got all our sisters running around looking like East Indians, y'all didn't hear me? They got the sisters. We got a whole nation of Asiatic black women. That's a fact. They gonna come at me, God. We got a whole nation of Asiatic black women. The baker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, the mother of civilization, the goddess of the universe. Yeah. Oh, I couldn't help it. I'm so sorry, sisters. Oh, I shook. Goddess Anun Tere. Yeah, I got your message. We got you. We got you, goddess. We got you for the books, the scrolls and stuff. We're gonna make contact with you. So yeah, so it's now at the same time, like I gave the example of the Maori twins, right? Tia and Tamara. You see when certain, because the race mixing, So you'll see the gene. The master said that the baby picks before birth the frequency that it's going to vibrate on. So you see the twins of mixed genes, one to literally come out with the African, with the indigenous, autochthon movements and mannerism and ethnics and and ethics and ethnicism and everything. And then the other one will come out with the Mukasu. You'll see that in amongst definitely the Latino and definitely the Mukasu mixed hybrids. With the Dravadu, the Indians is different. The Indians is wild because what happens is wherever we're not major part of the population and amongst the European, the Mukasu, usually the East Indian fills our space. Like over here in America, especially like New York, right? It's so-called black people with the Puerto Ricans that's usually in the hood together, right? In California, it's the Mexicans, right? In London, it ain't no Mexicans and Puerto Ricans like that. It's the East Indian is the ones that's in the hood with the black folk. They have a whole different culture over there, crazy, right? And then the poor whites. You got the poor white trash who couldn't capitalize over owning the planet. That's a damn shame. When you're born into a race that control the planet and you still end up with the trash, with the niggas that they done violated. I don't know. You gotta get away from me with that bad juju. But anyway, the point being is that, listen, love your hair. Your hair is the identifier. Yeah, I was talking about because overseas, the East Indian women and men that's mixing in with the brothers and sisters, and over here, Puerto Ricans or the Latino, we got a lot of different combinations, but I'm just talking for the most part, geographically, how things change. Things are different. So it's the hair that make you who you are as far as Nagado, as far as the racial identifiers. That's also going into one of the stories in the Holy Tablet about Shazbazar, or Daddy Shabazz, as they call him, in Nation of Gods and Earth, to talk about Shabazz, it's Shazbazu, and how this dude traveled the circumference of the continent, and they were mixing, these East Indians were mixing in with so you go around the continent of Afafre called Africa, all those countries around the border all have alkaline features and wavy or straight, dare I say, fadar. They all look like East Indians with dark skin, but wavy and straight fadar because of the mixing with the East Indians. Also dealing with their spiritual systems, which a lot of people still debating. They still debating, but it's okay. We got the bang on that. Anyway, so the Mukasu's root, their unique quality is their eye color. Okay, so each root race has their own unique racial trait of identification. Okay, let me see where I was. Okay, it's plain to see that only one of the three is, in fact, the original root race, the Nagado Negroids. For both Magalo Mongoloids and Kakasu Caucasoids share some of the same traits, revealing they both came from the original Nagado Negroids. And these days, the race mixing results, you can find the traits on others' sub-races. Dealing with the race mix, I want to say this. Go back to Man from Planet Risk, and you'll see the neutrinoids being spoken of 95, 96. We in 2021, 90, damn near most of the people you see, you don't know what they black, white, Mexican, Spanish, Turkish, you don't know what they Russian, you don't know what they are, because they did the neutrinoid mix and they literally created a new hybrid of people. All were originally from the Mudatat, the mother of all races, the Nagado, Negroid race, and all who live on the earth, anywhere on earth, were originally from Afafre Ka'a. That makes the Nagado Negroid race the Mudatatu mothers and Mudadu fathers of all people on the planet. They're gods of Jasad, flesh. In time, other beings came to this planet from other star systems, other than Pasa'ahat, the Orion star system, and Pasabatat, the Sirius star system. And these were all not agreeable Mukwano beings or creatures. Some took residences under the Bahar at the seas, while others in the deep caverns of Kaha, the planet Earth. while others chose to mix their DNA with those who departed from Africa and dwelt eastward in what's called Mesopotamia. Those in Mesopotamia came in contact with the Anakim, a giant race from Drago star system, who would use them as bara, food, and with another race transported from Kama'at, the Pleiades star system, who chose to breed with them, taking their daughters because they have the mitochondria DNA. These beings stood some 7 feet tall, looking very humanoid, yet living on dark planets that were hidden from the Paa Taraq, the sun. They looked like that being that lived underground with them savages in the movie The Time Machine. You remember that movie, The Time Machine, the most recent one? And the dude went to the future, and when he went there, the moon had broke into pieces, and the Mukasu split into to 3 different races. It was like the savage hunters, right? They was all cannibals and of course carnivores, but they was all cannibals. So they had the savage hunters. You had the psychic dude that kept control over those on the surface, and he was albino, and he was also psychic, and he kept control over the surface dwellers who would sacrifice the families, and they was only young kids. All the older people would be sacrificed to these cave dwellers that came up to hunt them, and that's how they kept quote unquote peace. Okay, so this is similar to that type of situation. You'll breed with them, you mix with them, and they became pale because of lack of access to the sun. Okay, so they stood some 7 feet tall, looking very humanoid, yet living on dark planets hidden from the Paa Taraq, the sun. They were very pale with labin ayantui, white eyes, which only appear blue because blue light, check it, here go to Jewel. Why does blue eyes appear blue? Blue eyes appear blue because blue light has the shortest wavelength, and these rays of light are scattered more widely. So beings with blue eyes only appear blue because of the spectrum of light is the fastest and shortest wavelength, right, of light in the light spectrum. So they don't really have blue eyes. And the sky's not really blue. And the oceans are not blue. They all looked at as blue because of the same reason, because of the short wavelength of the blue vibration of the blue. So it appears blue only because the blue light has the shortest wavelength, and these rays of light, they scatter more widely. So they actually had labin fadar, white fur, transparent and colorless skin, jasad, flesh, and were eaters of flesh and damam, blood drinkers. These Mukwanu beings bred with the Mukasus Caucasoid 6,000 years ago, and of those who mixed or bred by way of them. They learned much from them of killing, lust, lying, and stealing, which resulted in some of the sons of the pure Nagaru, the Negroids, mixing with the Zazatatu, the women, and from there mixing in their unnatural sexual activity resulted in the curse of Barasi, leprosy of the sons of Canaan in 4004 BCE. And they became their gods, their overlords, who gave them what they called Za'am, religious opinion. These overlords of the Kama'u, the Pleiadians, asked of the Adamu, the Adamites, to kill and offer animals, jasad, flesh, and demand blood for them, called offerings and sacrifice when they asked them to offer a human, a haman, for bara, food. In Wakat time, they taught them to war and kill others and called them their chosen Salau, race. That meant people. They divided them into Radanat names called Kabalu or Sha'abu now, which is tribes, by their breeding, and roamed and spread all over Kawak Taha, the planet Earth, mixing with others and imposing their will on others. Whomever did not accept what they offered to be worshipped, their gods, and chose one of their own as their one god, they gave them dialects of tongues and names for each tribe, and names for their Gadadu gods and the one Gadad God. So in Genesis 11, 1 through 3, 6 through 7, and 9, it speaks about the Tower of Babel. And how the people, Jackie was going back to this tone and language. It speaks about the Tower of Babel and how the people were united. Genesis 11. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, that they dwelt there. And they said to one another, go, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly. And they had a brick for stone and slime had they for mortar. And they said, go to let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven. And let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. This is the people conspiring to build something together. And then the Lord says, what's this nigga saying? Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they begin to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down and there confound their language, and that they may not understand one another's speech. Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth, and from thence did the Lord scatter from abroad upon the face of all the earth. This Lord that did the scattering, right, that disrupted the unification and power, remember, through that language, I remember years ago I would say, like, look, the language is the revolution, because it breaks the frequency of the beings that are trying to program us subconsciously. So it breaks us and put us in our own space, in our own dial, where we're looking to tune in with the omniverse, and the ancestors, Pasalafu, Panatharu, are constantly broadcasting, and we looking to pick up on it, but we got to get on their frequency. We got to first break the frequency of the controllers that are looking basically to breed us as food and breeders and pets and experiments. Look at Jupiter ascending. It starts off with a harvest. These beings that own planets intergalactically, and some of the planets, they just come through periodically and just take the people. Look at V. Like I told you, go check V out. Give you the whole game plan. And when V come on, it says this is dedicated to the freedom fighters, past, present, and future. That's what it said. Okay? So this Lord was Enlil, and his two sons was Nanar and Ninurta. And they came down to earth. Enki, check it. This is very important because this is dealing with the Anunnaki and the Nathar, and the difference between Sumeria and Africa, and what happened with the Anunnaki family. So, right now, like a lot of people, the Anunnaki. Yeah, we got Anunnaki in us, though. We got that's a part of the bloodline. We part of the got it. We got it in us. But through Enki and Marduk and Nabu, they split from the rest of the Anunnaki. They left the side of Enlil and Ninurta. If you go into Zechariah Stitch in the Pyramid Wars, you'll see that it was a war in Egypt because Enki and them broke out. It was like, nah, we ain't mess with y'all niggas, right? Even Enki, because he went to Ptah to get the formula in order to breed with the Pthahites, Ethiopian Cushites, or the Sands people, in order for them to impose their genes of the Anunnaki onto the Sands people, who were the evolutionary men and women, who were the first brothers and sisters here that they used as the prototype for everybody else that was breeding. So the Anunnaki, the Pleiadians, the Draconians, the Rumarians, they all came through and was using them as a base to build with. So this Lord was Enlil, and his two sons were Nanar and Ninurta. They came down to earth. That's who was dealing with that in that Lord. They wanted to scatter Nimrod and his tribe because they were speaking one language. So now they whatever they imagined they'd be able to do. So they had to disrupt that in order to control them. Enki and Marduk, who were in Afafre Ka'a, mixed their seed with African Zazatatu women. This is one of the way that the blood of the Anunnaki, mixed in with Panagaru's Negroid seed, because these Anunnaki, Enki and Marduk mixed in with African women and went under Panatharu, the overseers. See, they went under Panatharu, went under, and because dealing with Ptah. You see, so this is so we still in the righteous tip. So we got to get away from a lot of the nomenclature, titles, and stuff like that. But anyway, once Nimrod returned from his father's land, he brought back with him the tones of Sakata of that land. as well as his ancient tongue, and used the language called, say, right now we call it what? Sabek, Mispatia. It was called Nuapui. It was from Napata, Nuapik, and from Napatan and Moro, ancient Makmat, Egypt, and changed the frequency of the language spoken in Shinar, the area over which Enlil ruled. Those that were African, like Nimrod, actually were affected by these ancient original tones on a molecular level to their DNA. Like I constantly keep saying, Wu Sabat is it's quantum surgery. The masters say it's a genetic doctrine. This energy, the tones and the language, it affects us on a molecular level and changes us and transforms us from the inside out. You dig? So those that were African, like Nimrod, actually were affected by these ancient original tones on a molecular level to their DNA. Thus, they begin to think differently and begin to think on the same level collectively and change their minds. And they wanted to connect with their forefathers above and create a name for themselves, not under this overlord, Enlil. The people unified and became Wahu Akal, one mind, Wahu Khatat, one body, and Wahu Ba'a, one soul. Which is why this overlord feared that nothing that they thought to do would be out of their reach. There would be nothing that they could not accomplish because of their Sanan, unity. That unity is the hardest thing for us to attain. Why do you think that is? Because once we unify, it become like a hive-like mind. They say the Borg. They be like, the Borg, like there's a negative with Star Trek, the Trekkies, right? But the unification of the mind put all of us on the same accord. Every culture we deal with move as a collective consciousness. Every culture that's successful, that's moving progressively, have a collective consciousness. We're trying to get the same. We're trying to get what's ours. We're working the path to get what's ours, but we refuse to become a collective. And even those of us that's on the front lines fighting against injustices, most of the time you're fighting against the symptoms or the end results, but you're not fighting the disease itself. And we need to fight the disease. We know incarceration follows poverty. So if we take care of poverty, you'll take care of incarceration. You dig? We know that there's, inside different systems and communities, we know that different races of people, homogenous communities with policy enforcers that are homogenous, have the same genes of the people that live there, have less incidences. Not that they have less crime, but the police that's policing those areas are not going to criminalize them as much. They might beat their ass because they look at them as brothers and sisters, but they're not going to take them down and send them to prison. You dig what I'm saying? But when you have other people outside of your genes policing you, they turn everything into a crime because your skin has been criminalized. Don't let me get on the pulpit. God damn it, it's Sunday. Okay. So once Enlil saw that they could no longer control the people mentally and were not affected by the broadcast from Nibiru, he, along with two of his sons, Nanar and Nanerta, and with a coven of Mukshaftatu, witches from Mesopotamia, cast a spell of division on the people and separated or divided the people through the lahaj, the language, and by the sabag, hue, and lawan color of the skin. There are also tasu, sabag, or 9 hues to the Nagaru Salau, Negroid race, and was used against the people to instill the spell of division. Those that were the same complexion could communicate with each other, and if they were different, they could not. If there is no communication, there is confusion, and there is no unity. This was unsuccessful because, check it, because different hues were naturally attracted to each other, and they married and mixed and had children, so the plan didn't fully work. It didn't work like that. However, the mental effects of the spell are still in effect today and is the reason why people don't work together. as they should. And for example, while musical groups, they was always breaking up, do not stay together, although they produce the most beautiful music together. Then gave stones with rules to follow, how to kill and offer animals of flesh and offerings, and who would not obey was to be killed and put in the ground or a cave, that the Anakims could come and later take them away, the dead, and eat their flesh. Yeah. And blame it on wild canines, as this is what they would do also. As the Anakims came, others of their tribes also came. The earth, came to the earth, such as the Raphaim and the Zamzumim and the Aimims or the Emims, also under the Anakims, who were the gods of the Canaanites from beyond Taha, the planet Earth. They would come to Earth and be called messengers, a Malak, in Hebrew from the ancient Molech or Milik, as recorded in the Bible, the book of Amos. In time, the Habaru, the Hebrew, and the Shisasu Israelites mixed with the Canaanites, who was bred by the Anakim or Anunnaki, who told them to spread their DNA with all others who birthed subraces or aboriginals, and created religions and holy books with the laws to fear. These Misfa'at or Safa'at books, scrolls, and stones, which were given by the Molech or Malakim, called angels, or Kabatu, in Nuapic, who would come to earth in Haman form, to instruct their chosen Shakasu people on what to do, and would protect them from all others, yet had no Sakam power over nature, and taught them to kafuf, fear them, or this or that would befall them. So they teach in their religions, fear God, or you will suffer in Manrar, hell's fire. And from 4000 BCE, their dragon man gods gave them 6,000 years to rule, as recorded in their Bible, Revelation 13:2. The dragon gave them power to Radud, rule, have dominance for 6,000 years. It's a time. For every place is a time. For every time is a place. So every season is a reason, and vice versa. So they had 6,000 years to rule. That's why we couldn't come up from under them. So all the leaders that was coming, they were a notch towards something culminating. And that's the process that we're still in right now. The dragon gave them a power, 6,000 years to rule, from 4000 BCE, to prepare a harvest on earth for them to take from here. You took my water, mama. For them to take from here to their Kawakat planet as bara, food. Another, they go to check that V out. When they started seeing what these visitors said, they was here to help and give medical treatment and help out with all kinds of advancements to the planet, to the Kakasu. But the end result, they was harvesting people for food and stealing all the waters out of the ocean. That's similar to the deal that some of the presidents made with the reptilians and with the Pleiadians, where now they're requiring 300,000 people per day for payment. Yeah, go look at the fourth kind from Nome, Alaska. Do the research on Nome, Alaska. Yeah, them niggas disappeared. Thousands of people. So the dragon gave them power to rule, have dominance for 6,000 years, from 4000 BCE, to prepare a harvest on earth for them to take from here to their planets as bara, as food. They asked that 144,000 be prepared to serve them as their slaves, as bovine, as cows, and serve mankind now. From 4000 BCE on down to the year 1, which was 2001, was 4000 BCE to the year 1, and from the year 1 to 2000, that's their 6,000 year rule. All was well, and they offered animal sacrifices and warned and killed for Anakim, that they would have Haman, Jasad, human flesh as well. All this was done, and they followed the instructions of these beings as their gods call them, Elohim Elion El, Adonai, Hashem, El Olam, El Barit, El Shaddai. And it came to them in many forms, like satyrs. 2 more pages, y'all. As Chabatu, angels of Nawar fire, of Nawar light, and of a Narar fire, from Wakat to time to time. They abducted many of them, their chosen people, that they grafted in place of themselves for food, as they were on the Draconians' menu. This is, let me explain something. The Pleiadians are blonde-haired, blue-eyed Nordics from Pleiades, right? They were in war with the Draconians, the reptilians from Dracos, right? Keep in mind, these star constellations are Taurus, Dracos, Pleiades, Andromeda. They're mentioned inside of the scriptures, right? They're mentioned inside the scriptures. This is why they're mentioned inside the scriptures, because this is the war that's going on. And these are the deities that are governing and controlling the monotheistic scriptures in the minds of those people, because they're setting them up as food and as slaves and breeding for themselves and their planet. So again, so the Pleiadians were at a war with the reptilians. The Pleiadians started to lose the war. They was losing. So in order to compensate the reptilians, what they did was they bred a version of them, who we see now as the Mukasu, or the European, right? That's why we said that that's why in the Holy Tablets, the master said they was the human beast. So now he explains that they're 1/4 human or humanoid, because they're 1/4 porcine or pig, boar. They're 1/4 canine or wolf, 1/4 simian, and then 1/4 humanoid, because they were bred for a specific job. What they were doing was they were breeding a species of beings to send to the reptilians in their place for food. And the bread that they put together was poison. That's why they're so diseased, because they were poisoned on purpose. They expected to take out the Draconian fleet with this poison food supply, but they didn't die. And so the compromise was, yo, look, we'll give you them. We'll breed them on this planet, and you can have them instead of us. Now, the Mukasu, the Caucasian, the European, he's controlling the world. He's in communication with these extraterrestrial beings. He's in contract with them, and he sees that he has to constantly give his people up to these beings as the contract or covenant that everybody's, that's still a part of from Abraham and his covenant. Every time you tie in that blood, that covenant, you're tying into that contract. Okay? So he's like, okay, well, look, the Pleiadians sold us out. They bred us. We gonna breed some niggas too, literally. So under that same type of influence, they did the whole kidnapping. They brought us over here, and they were breeding. So they bred the Afafre-Ka, the original man, woman of the planet Earth, making on the cream of the planet Earth, father of civilization, God of the universe, and they created a nigga. 400 years of graftation. What was the purpose? The same purpose that the Pleiadians bred them, for replacement on the menu of the Draconians and reptilians when they come to collect and harvest. And so when we live in the image and likeness of the beast, when we take on his culture and his diet and his dress and his religions and his tones and his beings as mates and swapping genetic DNA with him, we're tying into the contract, and we're becoming more and more on the menu, because on our natural frequency, they can't touch us. They was only dealing with white meat. Oh, now they like that juicy black meat now. That's why we got 60, 70,000 sisters disappeared, because we on the menu now for falling under their spell and falling under their music, falling under their culture, following everything outside of who we are. The Son of Righteousness has been here since the 60s. And now we're culminating with the emergence of a whole new government. Oh yeah, I'm going there. Because the kingdom of heaven, or you would say the kingdom of Shambhala coming up from the earth, or the kingdom of heaven coming down, It's happening, y'all, right here, right now. So you either gonna be in the Zupu or you're gonna be in the Nupu. You know what I'm saying? What side you gonna be on? We try to be on that Nupu, y'all. We gotta break the frequency, study the language, internalize the doctrine, learn our own sciences, become the gods, to qualify as the temples, so that the whole light beings would incarnate in like they incarnated with the master. Excuse me. Just wanted to add on, God. Apologize. Yeah, I don't even see what y'all saying in the chat. Let me tell you. I'm just trying to read this through. Hold on. Okay, so they grafted them in the place for themselves for food, as they were on the Draconian's menu. Then in the years, one began to incarnate and have sex, Janus, with human Asha'u females, again to breed these sons of gods. They prepared the 144,000 who was separated from the Gadu, Natat, Negroid seed of the Gunam, the sheep, from the scapegoat or the rams. When you go into Genesis and they talk about Cain and Abel, and one of them was dealing with the sheep and it was dealing with the animals, those animals weren't animals, they were people. He was breeding them for consumption of the deities. And we'll get into that another time. This caused the real Messiah or anointed one of the Nagaru, Negroid seed, or Cabal tribe of Judah to come forth. And this one said, I came only for the lost sheep, woolly haired of the house of Judah, for many Judahites also had mixed with the cursed seed of Canaan. Only one of the tribes remained pure or whole, unmixed, and that was Judah. Going to the Hebrew Israelite thing, we got a whole joint because all Israelites got killed. Nobody left. It was nobody left but Judah. And Judah was like Dan, Judah, and one other tribe. They all, Benjamin, Dan, and Judah, they all mixed into one. They became Judah. This one, Yeshua, Isa, Jesus was born on April 17, 6 BC, and died at age 120 at 114 AD, was of the tribe of Judah and a hybrid, or brid for short. His parentage consisted of three beings. This is about to shift. We're going to some science, three-part births. His parentage consisted of three beings: Joseph, his father, the angelic being Gabriel, and Mary, his mother, who herself was also a special prepared being. Mary's mother, Anna, was specially prepared to give birth to Mary, who was specially prepared to give birth to Yeshua, or Jesus. Yeshua, Jesus, had three parents because the angel Gabriel came to Joseph first, and he went in onto Mary. A Y chromosome was needed as Yeshua was a male child. That's why Joseph was needed, and Joseph was from the tribe of Judah, not Mary. She was a Levite tribe. That's how you know that he still was Joseph's son, because of the tribe. Joseph was from Judah, Mary is from the Levite tribe. Now, when it says that Gabriel came to Joseph, basically it's talking about the surgery, like he had to now be a part of Joseph. So his genes had to be in Joseph when Joseph went in onto Mary, and then she conceived the that seed. Thus, this Jesus had more DNA than most because of his tribe parentage and being a hybrid. Being Gabriel was also a son of God. Check it. This is why it's relevant. This is to bring out the seed, because we deal with some scripture stuff. So now we're going to bring it to the next level. Thus, this is also what occurred in ancient Egypt with the birth of Hara, Horus or Haru, and Arashtat or Ashtat or Aset or Isis, and Asar, Usia, Osiris, and involved the god Min or Manan for the male seed of the father, Arashtat the mother, and Asar the spirit. Thus, three parents again, a son of God and a son of man. Today, due to research, there are cases where people have more than one type of DNA in their body, and it has caused controversy. Like the case of a woman from London who was applying for public assistance, and after taking a DNA test, the results concluded, check this crazy stuff, she was not the mother of her own children. Her children had different DNA than her. although she actually was their biological and birth mother. But her DNA did not match with her children's because she had 2 sets of DNA. And the children got 1 set, and she had the other one that she didn't pass off to them. Now, the question would be, where did this other DNA come from? Well, in the case of Yeshua, being that Jesus was a unique being because he had 3 parents, and if the type of technology existed to test his DNA back then, this fact would have been revealed. This odd occurrence is called the chimera, Chimera. I'm going to type it in the chat soon. The presence of more than 1 DNA in a being, human or animal. He said, I came to my own, yet my own people like him with rabar hair like lamb's wool, yet they refused to listen to him. He could not then raise the 144,000 to be saved from the beast, from being on the menu from the bloodlusting overlords of the Adamu, the Adamites. Yet there was another anointed Messiah called the anointed cherub, the man of sin, 28:14. Thou art the anointed, Ezekiel 28:14. Thou art the anointed cherub that covereth. I have set thee so. Thou wast upon the holy mountain of God. Thou hast walked up and down in the midst of the stones of the fire. This arch deceiver purpose is to keep you bound here and worshiping his image and ignorant as to who you really are and your purpose, to return to who you are with the sense of nawaf, pride. We had a nawuf, proud. We are a nawuf, proud and powerful people. It is that time again to rise like the phoenix, renewed from its ashes. I, Panabab Yanun, the master Yanun, as your mujdad, renewer of your story, have come to prepare you in order for you to make your transformation back to the divine. Kahin. Ashuk, ashuk, ashuk. Woo! There's a lot of doors opening with that one. Yeah, there's a lot of doors opening that one. Eesh. Talk about it. Amos 5. That's right. That's right. Oh, y'all was on it. Time's up for the foolishness. Oh, yeah, the family. Y'all was on it. Y'all was on it. Yeah. I was on it. Appreciate y'all here. Y'all with me. Y'all with me. Menudo. Yeah. Thankful. 18th love. You know what? Let me I'm gonna run down. Bong. Right back, Israel. What's up, God? Yeah, Shambhala, Archita, different spectrums. True. Oh yeah, listen, that was a beautiful Paa Taraq right there. So I like that. I mean, I love most of them. This is official. Like people are move. Yeah, like and share the video, y'all. That's a fact. That's a fact. And then they became Enlil and the Nar and them became their enemies. When you read the conflict between the gods and the pyramid wars, you'll see they had Marduk, who's that? Nabab or Nabu, Marduk, and Enki. They was pinned down in the Giza pyramid. There's a book talking about the Giza pyramid weapon. They show that the Giza pyramid was like a device, like a weapons system. And so Ninhursag or Ninti, she negotiated the surrender of Marduk, Enki, and Nabu, right? In the Giza pyramid war against Enlil, Ninurta, and Nanar and them. They was washing us. And Marduk and them was stuck inside the Giza pyramid. And they was about to encroach on them. And Ninti stopped it and was like, look, she negotiated a deal in order for them to make it out of that. And the deal was to strip the Giza pyramid of all of its resources, all of the crystals that powered it. You dig? So you see them walking through the pyramid and they just pointing through all the different rooms and spots where the crystals are at that were used, that were weaponized in the pyramid, and they stripped it down. They stripped all the crystals out of it and broke it down to where, yeah. Yeah, so I hope y'all enjoyed that. Hope y'all enjoyed that, family, because I enjoyed reading it. It was real beautiful. Again, Kawun bin, what y'all know about that one? Ashuk min hum, Ya Elohim, Ya Aliyun. Remember that? Kawun bin Ashuk min hum, Ya Elohim, Ya Aliyun. Yeah. That's one of my favorites, Jupiter Ascending. Yeah, Eternal Entertainment Television, Jupiter Ascending. This was racial deception. Racial deception. This is what Paa Taraq this was. Racial deception, and today is our 18th Paa Taraq reading, y'all. Yeah, we on it. We got 18 in. Beautiful. And today is our 7th. Don't play. What's today? The 6th or 7th? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Today is our 7th day for purification ritual. I pray that y'all purification ritual is going great. I would advise to read things like Your Potential. You don't have to be this version of it. Matter of fact, the mind. Read this because this is part 2 of the mind. You get the mind and you get Your Potential. What's another one? Psalms of Yanun, also excellent. Let me see another one. This is it. The Message, which I'm gonna definitely read. I told you I'm gonna read an intro out of that, which dealing with, this is always gonna. Here go another one. The 9. Get something out of that. That's phenomenal. And y'all could go back through your AEO scrolls and stuff, the Egyptian deities in your mind, stuff like that. You dig? Yeah. We be on it. All of the chanting scrolls, all of the the spiritual scrolls. Yeah. Because it's that time, and then look to continue on that wavelength. Absolutely. You got to live outside of epigenetically. That's right. So when we change, this is why it's important, right? What you're saying here, God. This is why it's important to me and my wife were just talking about it, like dressing up the house and your environment. Even if you ain't got a lot of space, dress your environment, even with like the inside covers and pictures from different books, of the elders and stuff and different masters and cultural stuff. Dressing your environment so when you see it, it stimulates those energy beings in your system to come forth. It keeps that energy, it locks you into that vibration. So all the Egyptian statues and ankhs and all that stuff is relevant. They're not just decorations. This is helping you. You're absorbing those energies, the shapes, the letters, even in the metanectar, even though we know it was a throw off to keep the Greeks off our behinds. We know that. That's why ain't them being able to access no sacred nothing. And the brothers and sisters in the same with that tone, because that was a throw off. The Rosetta Stone, that was a throw off by Ponathardo to keep them away from the original tones. We give them the original tones now, but now it's a different time frame. Now we locked in. Whatever it is that we imagine we'll be able to do, for real. Yeah. So I appreciate all y'all for coming through. And let me see. So let me now read. All right. What I was supposed to set it off with. December 19th. Yep. So this is sacred. This is the reading. Mabianon. Chief Black Thunderbird Eagle. Here they go. Back here. Oh, I have more Paa Taraq. I was like, where the hell are my Paa Taraqs at? They go right here. Oh, these more to come. More Paa Taraq to read later on. Oh, Paa Taraqs. Ready to go. Locked and loaded. Chief Black Thunderbird, Black Eagle, saying in the daily thoughts. Here you go. I was looking for them. I was like, where the hell are the rest of my books at? Here you go, right here. And it's the other daily thoughts, revolutionary daily thoughts. And just to keep in mind, revolution, it's not always just running around there with the bloodshed and all that stuff. Revolution is revolving back to the original, back to the origin. That's a revolve. Don't the earth do that? Don't the moon do that? Don't even the Milky Way itself revolve? So it's a revolution, revolving. So the master says on December 19th, he says, women. So, yeah, it's about to go down right now. Hold up. God has set me up. Oh, shit. Huh? I'm on curfew. Somebody on my back give me a time check. Who y'all think that is? On my bizzag. Okay, so the Sacred Feminine book, which is not up here. Another book that we got to get into. We got to get into while y'all, the breath book. Okay, so God said, Chief Thunderbird Black Eagle Maku said for December 19th, he said, women are men with more complaints. Whoa, I did not say. I'm reading a quote from the master. You know what? That's something to think about. I ain't never broke it down. I don't know. I'm gonna process that later. I'm not even gonna give I ain't gonna give my personal view on that. That's not happening. No. That's a setup, God. You know that's a setup. You know what I'm saying? Or who? So what y'all think about that? Let's move on. Please, let's move on. Shit. And in the Revolutionary Daily Thoughts for the 19th, it says, December 19th, from Ganda, is a Ganda proverb. Ganda proverb says, the one who is nearest the enemy in pursuit is the real leader. Check that out. Let's see what Ganda mean by that. Often, it is difficult to tell the real from the fake among the voices clamoring to speak for us. Those infected with negroitis, or a psychological sickness wherein Africans contract a burning desire to mimic Europeans and obliterate all that is African within them, and voluntarily applaud the likes of Henry Louis Gates, Cornel West, Tavis Smiley, and Eric Michael Dyson as the foremost and most visible African intellectuals, even never having read or thought about the implications of what these elite Negroes have said. What's crazy is that most of that line was on Tavis Smiley's show at the same time. All they need know is that they totally advocate sub-integrationist, interracial agendas. They know that Europeans approve of them, as evident in the privileges awarded them, which is the ample evidence of their leadership. However, for those who have learned to rely on our intuition and the knowledge we have already acquired from the works and lectures of serious African-centered thinkers, those who truly speak for us are easy to identify. For knowing is not a difficult task. Nonetheless, to those in search of our true intellectual leadership, most often, one of the best indicators of whether an African scholar is or is not in our corner is the degree to which she or he is under attack. I repeat, for knowing is not a difficult task. Nonetheless, to those in search of our true intellectual leadership, most often one of the best indicators of whether an African scholar is or is not in our corner is the degree to which he or she is under attack. Sacrifices all to remain in that battle and has no struggle against Europeans and Negroes to speak the truth. Listen. Affirm, I am nearest the enemy in pursuit. Basically, I'm on the front lines, I'm on their ass. He's saying, check it. Basically, he's saying, look, don't look at the niggas that's on the commercials, the ones that they advertise and pushing in your face, because they got them. You want to know who you should be walking with? Pay attention to who are the mainstream people. Let's call them the mainstream people. You know what I'm talking about. Let's pay attention to who they consider their most feared enemies. Not by this, but by attack. Who are they attacking? Who are they wasting billions of dollars in order to break down and destroy for years on top of years on top of years? Not compromise organizations that have not done anything to maintain and change the conditions of the people, even in the geographical locations in cities and states where they dominate in numbers and in powers for damn near 100 years. I ain't talking about nobody specifically. Well, yeah, that was I agree with this. Okay, let me see. Where we at? What y'all think about this bill? Truth is truth. Potent facts. I agree. That was nice. Good flame, you know what I mean? We fire flame. That's right. We always want to expand it. Bong, bong, bong. Yo, so I want to also offer y'all, let y'all know that what I want, anybody that have any businesses, anybody that has any organizations, anybody have anything that they want to advertise on the channel, hit up that email also, and we're gonna walk it through it, and we do advertisements for a week every day we on. You know, we be pushing, and I'm saying this to say because we working with a brother that specializes in marketing and advertisement for YouTube. So we about to really go hard and expand this situation, and so as the numbers increase, your where you be seen and all that, it's going to increase also. So I just want to let y'all know that is going down. Where the hell is my post? Everybody see the post put up? I don't see no Revision Radio. I don't see no. Oh, okay. FarrahRising.com. Yeah, so y'all can hit me on the email, FarrahRising.com. FarrahRising@gmail.com. Excuse me. That's Smoney. Yeah, hit me on that, FarrahRising@gmail.com. If y'all interested in advertising, any of your products, any companies, any, you got some events, whatever y'all doing, this is what we got. This is how we got to move. We create our own industry within the industry. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, get at me, and we go from there. And Guada, did you see this? Guada 9, the Sacred Space Group, because on there we have that the triad that we did. After the chant, we have the chant on there. We have different, I don't know if you've seen the visualization tones. They got the daduk instrument in the background, but we have like 3 different daduk meditation videos on there. So, you can get involved. Yeah, so that's what that is. I'm checking y'all out. So yeah, in the event, like I said, y'all holler at me. Now, the last thing I'm gonna read is this introduction in Paa Taraq. I read the first page of the introduction, which was Master talking about how he's seen the vision and the gold writing, how he came up with the book. Now I'm gonna read the other part. Paa Taraq, the message. Show y'all the cover. Paa Taraq, the message, not only is a writing to be ranuma, chanted, and or ganuia, sang in your own language of Mispatic or Mispatia or Sabaic, yet it gives you an exact explanation of time and where time began with us. In Pasafa Shalil Wakut, the book of time, an explanation of love, divine love, that sustains your existence in Pa Misfa Shalil Ashuk, the book of divine love, and remembering who you are and who you are not, and where you came from in Pa Misfa Shalil Zakari, the book of memory. I, Baba Yananan, have given you a chant that begins with a call from your Muslafu ancestors and a response, which is the Ranam chant in your tone. That's the Panam Misfa Kawun. That's the first prayer or chant in this book. Pasawabu Paa Taraq, Zikawuna Nanzola Laheyan Kum, Mane Maspadu Masa, Ame Hadianu, Ame Hadianu, however you want to do the flow. But yeah, so he's saying that chant begins with a call from your ancestors and a response in your tone and Sabaic that you practice regularly, that not only is a communication to Panadaru, the overseers, yet it's a way to align yourself from afar with them by way of myself, or Baba Yanun, Yanene, to prepare you for the journey home. Remember, and my brother, the extraterrestrial, the emphasis is he's like, why are you here? What is your purpose? His purpose is what? To take my people, to purify them inside out, cleanse them inside out and outside in preparation for their journey home, in and beyond the stars. One of the first signs that your namaz orat prayers are being heard and answered was revealed in the Pasafafat, the hieroglyphs that were on the cover of Pahakakal Hakakat, the actual facts. So we have a group of being like this book. This is an actual fact book. So he's talking about these glyphs that's in the background in the actual fact book. Okay, I see him. Boom, boom. So these glyphs right here, specifically this row right here. So he's about to read. I'm going to show you the picture though. So He said the actual facts. In the first column, it reads how we present the great offering. You see a herald plant, which means presenting a great offering. This offering is the conical bread, which is an offering of peace, is illustrated by the reed mat. These are the offerings of Anpu, Anubis, who is the son of Asar, and the Babtat Hatat, or Nephis, Sabbatat of Sabbatat, Sirius, the dog star, or Sirius star system, right? So this is the column. That's that column that I was showing you here. It's the first column over here. Can't really see it because it's dark. This is that first column. This is the same thing right here. That's the same column. So I'm going to read from this one because that one you can't see. So, he said, you see in Anpu's name a reed, water, a stool, and a chick or baby quail. Anpu is the guardian of the dead and prepares the deceased's khatak body in the journey to the underworld, or Amduat, and the spirit's journey through Pakagat, the stars, in the opening of the mouth ceremony. So let's do the breakdown. He says, herald plant representing royalty. I'll give it to you like that. You see? It's herald plant representing royalty. S. Tatal or tatat, the T, he's showing it. The conical equals the M. Rade, symbol of offering at Marat pyramid. The reed, offering, peace offering of Hatep. Right? You see the reed. The reed, A. The water, N. The stool, P. And the chick quail were U. So, Sarak, hold on. The Sarak, emblem of a rank of royal, Hara, see that? Boom. External house, palace, wall, flag of the Nathar, the pylon, the gateway, the prayer, the temple, chant, and the rap, or the forearm cake offering. The name itself means putrefy, as protector of the deceased. Then you see the Sarik, which is a representation of a palace gate or the wall that denotes royalty. Usually Hara, Haru, Horus, as a Bukan, a Bauz, falcon, sits above. Other times you will see Sutuk, a sex emblem or symbol above. And they give you the hierarchy, give us the language. This is like an older script though, so some of them are not the same, but it's okay. Some of them are. Pa Safaf at the hieroglyphs showed our connection that they heard the cries of those willing to do what was asked. They are here and are near. So another opening of the vortex. So this was August 12, 2013. It was another opening of the vortex, although because they have read just how they have logged time, we really are not truly aware of the Zamut Wuwakut or day and time that we're in, which are living. In any case, we are in the hereafter. In the 7,000 year, we were talking about this not too long ago. We're in the 7,000 year. And in the first year of the first 6,000 years of the next 24,000 year cycle. We're in that 7,000th year. So after the 6,000 years is over, there's 1,000 years of like space. And that's why everybody's grabbing for straws because anything can happen as this thing reboots. We're in that 7,000th year, which is also the first year or the first year of the first, that's about 2001, the first year of the first 6,000 years of the next 24,000 year cycle. We're in that first one, right? The dimensional shift has already happened. What so many think will be a physical sign or a detectable shift has already occurred in the Akal at minds and Abab at hearts of the people. Just look around you and you will see just as plain as day for yourself who is still resisting, who is still listening, who is progressing, who is regressing. There have been so many ways to say the same thing over the years in many Hazabat cultures the world over. Are you a descending being or ascending being? And the smoking or non-smoking. Two were in the field, one was taken. The separating of the goat from the sheep has already begun and continues. Which will you be? In the Nupu or the Zupu? Are we waiting another 3 million years? You know, because some people think we ain't, ain't nothing happening right now. So Baba would sit to waste his time. You must tune in to realign, to raise your vibration to a certain level. Your Muslafu ancestors, your etheric parents, your Sardakum, right? Your family will be there to guide you through the gates when that time comes. You must be ready. You must not let the disagreeable Salafu, our own ancestors, remember the 30 spirits, you must not let the disagreeable Salafu ancestors or outside influences deter you and cause you to descend lower than you are. Two beings will come, Munkar and Nakar, demon beings with black skin and blue eyes who will try to trick you with religious questions. Ignore them. And think of my own relatives. He's talking about when you transition and when you're going through this spiritual, when we about to travel, right? Think of my own relatives, just think of your own relatives, your own ancestors, and these niggas will fade from sight. You must pass through the 9 gates of Mawat, or the death, to leave this realm. So this right here, this piece right here ties in with the spiritual you after the physical you dies. The gates shift like the second hand on a clock. In each Madrar realm are beings, some good, others wicked. Most are just trapped over time. Not all are Hamanu, Ka'a, human spirits. Some are demons of other realms. And some are Muziad Mutadalu. Some are extraterrestrials who came in and could not get out. After a wicked person dies, the first 9 hours they lingered near their Khatat body until all the life is out of the Damag brain, and then you can separate. Yet for 60 to 90 days, you can visit using those close to you. Meanwhile, you will be taken by Munsabu or Nasabu relatives who passed before you to go to a spirit orientation. Remember Beetlejuice? When he was in there rubbing on the girl's legs and her other side of her body was on the other side of him? Yeah, what's that? Yeah, a spirit orientation on the rules of the spirit world and to see if you will have to return to Taha Earth or be reborn. Some will return right away within Wanutat hours of their death. Some will return right away within hours of their death. Others reincarnate into new bodies to live out what they did not complete in this life. You better get your purpose done. All those things, stop making excuses on what you need to do. Get it done, or you're going to have to come back. You're going to think, yeah, I'm done. And then now, you see them baby pictures coming from the womb. They like that. Nigga, what I'm doing here? You know what I'm saying? Some will return right away within Wanutat hours of their Mawat death. Others reincarnate into new bodies to live out what they did not complete in this Haya life, or suffer for what they did to others. If so, they're going to limbo. They go into limbo. Last page. To await a return, while others pass on through the 9 gates. Remember, it seems long to you, yet just like when you go to Nawam sleep, and hours pass fast in the sleep state, yet in the physical, it's still the same. This happens in death. Then at 3 o'clock a.m., you come to, in one night after death, that same Zamut day is the same as when you sleep. How time seems so fast. When the Zahut or morning comes, it is the same with death. So your etheric parents can only descend to a certain level themselves. They only could come down for on such a low vibration, or a certain level of low vibration. They only could come down to descend to a certain level themselves. If you have not raised up enough spiritual or level of vibration, they cannot carry you. In ancient Makmat or Egypt, we were always doing rituals that constantly kept you properly aligned with the note of A. Remember FAC? In tune with the Mikab, the planet, Fatah, nature, on the note of F, and the heavenly bodies above on the cosmos, or the note of C. After being assimilated into a foreign land, Saka, Nilsan, tongue, and Akal, mind, what was natural for you has become foreign. So after being in the Mukasu psychological programming, social engineering, school lunch system, everything that's natural for us is unnatural. Now we have to reprogram ourselves. So you, Daoud, called out. We called out with our mothers, or fathers. We called out to the etheric parents, and your call was answered. And let me show you. This is a picture of the 9 gates of death that you must pass through during your journey to the other side. This ties directly with a actual fact that we have, either actual fact or master secrets, called the physical you, the spiritual you after the physical you dies. So the other part to that book is right in here in the intro to Paa Taraq. Okay? You know Baba, right? He forces us to read everything. So that, my beloved family, brothers and sisters, gods and goddesses, Muisar, Coco. Okay. Yeah, I feel that. I'm gonna check that out. Watch Coco. So I hope y'all love the bill. Hope y'all love the energy. I gotta go get some things done. I'm gonna practice some of these breaths tonight under the while one of the chants is going on. Tonight or early in the morning. I got some paperwork and stuff to do. You already know, family. We appreciate you all, anybody and everybody that are contributing and show love to us, man. We thank you. Tawakkum. Ashok is real. We all trying to we working towards reprogramming ourselves and becoming what we saw. Sticky, you know. First and foremost, family, it's about connecting mentally. Tawakkum, brothers. I appreciate that. Appreciate that, God. Appreciate that. We here, it's like one thing, like people we talk about, they want to be leaders and stuff, right? One thing I see with the master, one thing he constantly say, the people want to be leaders, but a leader or somebody that's out in front of the people, you got to be willing to, you got to sacrifice yourself. You a servant to the people. Dudes want to be up front and they want to be like they superstars. Now, that's not really what it is. You got to be a servant to the people. You see the master, he sacrificed his life, his family, his blood family, his kids hate him. He sacrificed his life for the mission, for the people. So still hated for righteousness' sake. So we are imaging and likeness of the master. It's going to happen with us in the microcosm of our own Damam circles, our own family and friends and community circles. You're going to be hated for righteousness' sake. So I just want to say, I thank you all. I appreciate you. I shook, Mumra at Mumra'u, which is beloveds. I ain't even know in English, we're beloveds. You just got it. I put it up there, God. I was read for racial deception. I'm gonna put it up there again. Yeah, I was reading from this book. Yeah. Paa Taraq for the night. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Both, because I sent another one behind that, God. Um, this is the Paa Taraq. That's a fact. There's a record, man. When it talk this recording that's so beautiful, man. Oh yeah. Talking about leaders and talking about the thing that happens in these days and times that we in, with those that are naturally born by the universe and selected to step up at a specific time and space. Oh man. And talks about deities, it talks about the demigods, gods, incarnations, and the different mixtures of them, and the natural nature royalties, those that are royal by natural nature, and that when there's a certain time frame, they're triggered and sparked to come forth and lead the people. All right, cool, excellent. I'm happy to see that. Excellent. Enjoy. You need any help with anything? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where it's at, God. We here. I appreciate the support of Stephen. So, again, family, you already know, man. We stepping to do our duty to awaken up the universe, right? And we come to the end of the closing of the show. Make sure y'all, drink a lot of water. Those that's fasting, get into mind your mind for the jewels of your soul. Do whatever rituals that come to mind. No blood rituals, but you know, you already know. We stepping into our destiny, reclaiming planet Earth. So the time is now, right? If not now, then when? If not this, then what? And if not us, then who? It's your beloved brother. I'm just here with y'all. We working it out together. And I appreciate y'all, your time, your energy. And all I ask is that, whatever I shook or positive energy or good things or anything that you got that you see to come from me, that you pass it on to brother, sister, mother, father, friend, or just even posting it. That's when you're going to share, like, post, subscribe, because it gets around. Some people, no matter how much they need the truth or even want the truth, they'll refuse to take it from you because they know you and you know them, and they got stinking thinking. They don't want you to know that they're interested. So another reason why I'm doing what I do is so that people that I love can still get access to the truth and still be able to internalize the most profound and divine doctrine to touch the planet since the ancient Egyptians walked the earth. But they don't have to. I ain't got to know that they participating. I ain't got to know that you listening. I ain't got to know that you reading the book. I want you to read for you, not for me. I got it. You see, I got keep a library. This is the physical ones. This is not even the digital library that I got with thousands of joints and how to increase the lifespan, how to increase and tighten the telomeres. Like we on it. This is for real, for real. Let's go. So anyway, like I said, man, it's our time. Let's walk into it, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Goodbye. I shook. Peace. Peace and divine unconditional love to all the family. Y'all be safe, beloveds. And I see you in the next Zamot.